government areas. It was observed that there was a strong military presence in most of the wards and polling stations visited. They provided adequate cover to the electorates and INEC officials during and after the elections. Security operatives also provided sufficient security for the election materials and the state's coalition centers before the elections commencement. There were pockets of issues in the states that saw the snatching of ballot boxes, disruptions of the elections, and attempts to harass and intimidate perceived opponents by politicians and their associates. In most instances, the security operatives led by the military impressively neutralized these threats. It was observed that the police led security operations and the military provided adequate cover. Military personnel deployed for election monitoring and safety were observed to be decorous and professional. There were a few instances where the military deployed force that resulted in injuries and loss of lives. However, this does not take away the fact that the deployment of force was in an attempt to protect the sanctity of the exercise. Kogi State topped the list, where political thugs attempted to snatch ballot boxes and disrupt voting process. It was observed that the military provided adequate security at major entry and exit points of these states. The military conducted random stop and search exercises, and to a large extent, they prevented the influx of small arms and light weapons in the states during the conduct of the elections. Arrests were also effected, and the culprits were handed over to the police for prosecution. State-by-state analysis. Kogi State. Kogi State was volatile, given the dynamics at play in the elections. Kogi East Senatorial District recorded skirmishes and exchange of fire between security operatives and political thugs. The Central and West Senatorial Districts were largely peaceful, but had a high security presence. 2. The conduct of the military in Kogi State was highly commendable. Imo State. Imo State also witnessed a robust military presence. There was an appreciable level of collaboration between the security agencies. The military provided cover for the police and other security agencies. This ensured the smooth and peaceful conduct of the elections. The activities of separatist groups were also curtailed to the barest minimum due to the operational strategy deployed by the military. Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State also had its fair share of security concerns during the elections. However, the security agencies were able to nip them in the bud through collaborative actions. Conclusion. The Coalition for Democracy and Development in Africa, after extensive scrutiny of the reports of election observers, concludes that the Nigerian military and other security agencies provided adequate security before, during, and after the elections. The military was professional in their conduct, which was commendable. The conduct of the security agencies indicated a commitment to preserving democracy in Nigeria. The Defense Headquarters was also commended in its supervision of the election operations. There were clear-cut communication channels that improved response time to security threats in the states. So, please, we have to improve on certain areas. Certainly, you know that no politician will want to admit that he or she has been defeated. They work towards their success in elections. And I want to believe that we observers are not in a position to give you clear-cut answers on how politicians should behave during or after elections. The fact remains that our democracy is still nascent. In as much as we are 23 years or more in this democracy, we are still nascent. We are growing. And I believe that as we keep going, as elections keep coming, INEC will improve and politicians also will improve in their conduct of elections. Thank you very much.
Similarly, as coalition. kufanya